These are the questions to Unit 1 cell. Look at the photograph of the plant cell on this page. What do you think the little green circles inside the cells are? Why are they green? What happens inside them? Answer is they're chloroplast. They're green because they contain chlorophyll. This is where photosynthesis happens and food is made. This is between a cell wall and a cell membrane. A cell wall is on the outside of the cell, where a cell membrane is inside. A cell wall is made of cellulose, but a cell membrane is not. A cell wall is strong and stiff compared to cell membrane. A cell wall is much thicker than a cell membrane. A cell wall helps to hold the plant cell in shape, but cell membrane doesn't. A cell membrane helps to control what goes in and out of the cell, but a cell wall doesn't. The photographs show some cells seen through a microscope. For each photograph, you need to decide whether the cells are plant cells or animal cells, and explain your decision. The answer here is A is a plant cell, B is a plant cell, whereas C is animal cell. B have cell walls and regular shapes, whereas C does not have a cell wall and is irregular in shape. So A and B are plant cell as they have cell wall and they're regular in shape compared to C. Think about the model of a plant cell that you made. What would you change to make it into a model of an animal cell? You need to remove the part of the model that represents the cell wall while keeping the cell membrane in place. Remove the part representing chloroplast and also remove subvacuole. List two things that red blood cells, neurons, and ciliated cells have in common. Answer: a cell membrane and cytoplasm. How can you tell that all of these three cells are animal cells and not plant cells? They do not have cell wall or subvacuole. Here we have activity 1.3.1, structure and function in animal cells, where you need to complete the entries for the red blood cell. You could include a small drawing of a red blood cell underneath its name in the first column. Next, add entries for a neuron and a ciliated cell. Remember to give your table a title. When you're ready, copy and complete the table onto a large sheet of paper, ready to be displayed on the wall of your classroom. The answer to the activity is the red blood cells transport oxygen, and it has hemoglobin in its cytoplasm, which is very small without nucleus. How does this help the cell to carry out its function? Hemoglobin carries oxygen. It can squeeze through tiny capillaries and giving more room for hemoglobin so it can carry more oxygen. Neuron carries electrical signals from one part of the body to another. It is a long axon and has dendrites. Allows electrical signals to travel long distances very quickly. These pick up electrical signals from other nerve cells. Ciliated cell. Ciliated cells stop bacteria and dust from getting into the lungs. It has tiny thread-like cilia along one edge. Cilia sweeps mucus, in which bacteria and dust are trapped, away from the lungs. Suggest why root hair cells do not contain chloroplast. They're underground, where they get no sunlight, so they cannot photosynthesize. There's therefore no need for them to have chloroplast. Water moves through several parts of the root hair cell as it goes from the soil into the sap vacuole. There's three parts: cell wall, cell membrane, and cytoplasm. Here we have another activity 1.3.2, structure and function in plant cells. So you need to make a table to summarize how the structures of two kinds of specialized plant cells are related to their function. First one is root hair cell, the second palisade cell. Root hair cell absorbs water and minerals ions from the soil. It has a long extension from one side. It helps to move the water easily from the soil into the cell, whereas palisade cell makes the food by photosynthesis. It has many chloroplasts containing chlorophyll. Chlorophyll absorbs energy from the sunlight, which plant uses to make food. What is the function of the ciliated epithelium tissue? The ciliated epithelium tissue sweeps mucus containing dust particles and bacteria away from the lungs. The word tissue has an everyday meaning and a different scientific meaning. You need to write two sentences, one using the word tissue with its everyday meaning, and one using the word tissue with its scientific meaning. Tissue is a type of material animals or plants are made of, such as connective tissue. Every day it is a slim package wrapped in a tissue paper. Or you can use any other sentences of your choice. Copy and complete each sentence using words from the list. A group of similar cells is called a tissue. An organ is a structure made of many different tissues. An organ system is a group of organs that carry out a particular function. An organism is a living thing. It may contain many different organ systems, organs, and tissues.